I'm sure you've heard the news: white sands, turquoise seas, endless smiles. But here's what they don't post on postcards. Beneath the beauty, crime can lurk. Scams, pickpockets. Be alert, not alarmed. Islands look like dreams, but typhoons strike hard. Traffic, a nightmare dressed as rush hour. Still, kindness runs deep here. The ugly, poverty's real, and so is hope. Visit, but open your eyes. The Philippines, raw, real, unforgettable. Hello, my Scrap Dog family. This is Bob with Scrap Dog Media. Today, I want to address a serious topic at hand, a very serious topic that will have a deep effect on travelers and also people who plan to actually move to the Philippines and become an expat. But first, I have a request from you, my Scrap Dog family. This channel is a joint channel of both me and my wife Meritor, and we need your help. Starting a new channel is a very difficult task, and we need the help of our friends. So please take a moment now to click that subscribe button. And while you're at it, please click the like button so the algorithm will send this video out to others. Meritor and I would very much appreciate it, and we want you to know we love you each and all. I have to talk about something. I need to address some YouTube videos by some vloggers that I will not name and will not call out. But those videos have not been exactly honest, in my opinion. And fact is, they seem to be totally misleading. They were put out this past week by a few different guys, and these videos paint the Philippines as an ultimate paradise. One of these videos makes the Philippines look so amazing that absolutely nothing could ever be wrong. Nothing could ever be bad. And what an amazing life you will always have if you just move here now. Is that true? Is it honestly and truthfully true? Is everything perfect in the Philippines? Is it a tropical paradise? Maybe it's the modern-day equivalent of Atlantis? These vloggers would lead you to believe that's just the case. In this video, I am going to address this. We will look at the good, the bad, and the ugly side of the Philippines. Together, we will find out, is it truly paradise on earth? Okay, so what about the good? Let's be real. When folks first step foot in the Philippines, the first thing that hits you is the warmth. And I'm not just talking about the tropical sun, I'm talking about the people. Filipinos are some of the friendliest, most welcoming folks you'll ever meet. Whether you're strolling through the city or passing through some far-flung town, chances are someone's going to flash you a big smile, wave, or even strike up a chat. Hospitality runs deep in the culture, and as a foreigner, you'll feel that love the moment you arrive. They treat you like family, even if they've never met you before. It's that genuine human connection that keeps people coming back again and again. When I first visited the Philippines in 2017, the first thing that hit my mind was how friendly all the people were. Take in mind, I was living in North Carolina at the time, and I was already around people who were very friendly on a normal basis as compared to places like New York City or Chicago. But this place, the Philippines, had the friendliest, smiling, and warm people I had ever came across in my life. Yes, I can absolutely see why you would think it's a paradise. And in many ways, it absolutely is a paradise on earth, especially the people. They, to me, are what makes this land so very special, and special to my own heart. The care and compassion of these people are on a whole different level than the Western world. They're not so caught up with a busy life that they don't have time to smile and say, "Good morning, sir." Let me tell you this. When I would wake up from my hotel in Lapu-Lapu in 2017, go down to the front desk each morning, making my way out to the outside to smoke my vape. The ladies at the front desk, the security guards, the people on the streets were so nice and friendly to me that it molded into my mind. It was like breathing in a fresh breath of new air that I had never breathed before. And I was like, where have I been all my life? That's the impression that the people leave on you. So, what are things that make the Philippines stand out other than its people? Think powdery white beaches, turquoise waters, epic waterfalls, lush jungles, and remote islands that feel untouched by time. Whether you're lounging in El Nido, diving in remote locations, or chasing waterfalls in Iligan, the country delivers some of the most jaw-dropping nature scenes in Southeast Asia. And let's not forget those unforgettable sunsets, where the sky turns cotton candy pink and orange over the water. It's paradise for photographers, vloggers, adventurers, and anyone just needing to breathe a little deeper. Myself, I have been all over the Philippines with the exception of Mindanao. I have been from tip to tip of Cebu Island, all over Luzon, from Manila to Baguio, and everywhere in between. I have saw places that would literally take your breath away, from the beautiful mountains in northern Luzon to the white sand beaches of San Remigio. There is no doubt about it, this place is truly a sight-seeker's playground. And that's not even mentioning the island of Bohol, which is full of treasures, and it's an island I have chosen to return to every single time that I have returned over the years. Yes, it's a paradise in so many ways. Now, what about shopping? Yep, the Philippines has everything you need in this area. Malls like you can't even imagine. Cebu alone has some of the most amazing malls that I had ever seen. The SM City Mall, the SM Seaside Mall, which is enormous, the Ayala Mall, and even the Robinsons Malls and the Gaisano Malls. Just the city of Cebu is loaded in malls. And that's not even getting to places like Manila. Even many of the smaller cities like Dumaguete and Iloilo have SM malls, and so on. And we haven't even talked about the street markets. You can find all kinds of cool gadgets, clothing, and everything else just walking the streets. The Philippines will keep you busy with the shopping aspect of things. And restaurants as well. Inside most of these malls, you will find all the restaurants that most foreigners would need. So yes, it's a shopper's paradise. And of course, we got to talk about the cost of living, especially for us Westerners. The dollar stretches far in the Philippines. You can rent a nice apartment, eat out regularly, get a massage, and live comfortably on a budget that wouldn't even pay the rent back home. For retirees, digital nomads, and even part-time travelers, it's a place where you can enjoy a good life without breaking the bank. That affordability also opens the door to experiences most people only dream about, like hiring private boat tours, getting tailor-made clothes, or even traveling between islands just because you can. That freedom is part of what makes this place feel like a dream come true, at least on the surface. So, yes, in many ways, the Philippines is an absolute paradise on Earth. But what about the bad side of things? What about the side of things that many other vloggers refuse to mention in their videos? Is there a bad side of the Philippines? You're damn right there is, and you had better believe it. What about the fact that the Philippines is a direct target for just about every typhoon in Southeast Asia? I will never forget just a few years ago when Typhoon Odette hit. I remember sitting here in the comforts of my home in Tennessee, watching the terrible devastation that the people of places like Bohol, an island that I have so loved visiting, how they faced so much destruction and death. I I remember scraping up what money I could afford to send to a few American vloggers who were there helping the people with bags of rice. I remember the lines of hundreds and hundreds of people waiting in line at the pickup truck to be handed a small bag of rice, so that they could at least be able to eat for a day or two. Yes, they may tell you it's a paradise, and yes, in many ways it is, but this paradise can turn around to be a nightmare at any minute. You as an expat better be prepared, willing, and ready to face the challenges. Oh, and what about the brownouts? Yep, the electricity can go out at any time and stay out for several hours at a time. It happens often in the Philippines. You'd better be prepared for that. Don't forget the mosquitoes. Yep, they are everywhere. And they sometimes carry the disease dengue fever. That is not something to take lightly. I know this for fact because my wife had a little cousin of only 3 or 4 years old that died from dengue fever. It's something you need to always make yourself aware of and try to avoid the mosquitoes. Next on the list, waiting. Yep, waiting. And what I mean by that is literally everywhere you go. When you need to do something important such as renew your visa or go to the doctor or the dentist's, you're going to be waiting. And you are going to most likely be waiting for a very long time. Are you prepared to buy a plane ticket to fly to Thailand when you need to have a surgery? Well, that's definitely something you should think about. Now, I'm not here to talk down on the Philippines healthcare system, but face the facts. It's not like the Western world. I can give you a real-world example from my own life. When my wife's mom was in the hospital before she passed away, I flew to Cebu. I expected to see a hospital like here in the USA. What I saw was far from that. I saw the true reason the Philippines still is considered a third world nation. Her room had about an inch of water in it. I think there had recently been a flood. To walk into the room, to see her, you had to walk through puddles of water. There was no aircon and the room was hot. There were mosquitoes in the room. And remember, this is a hospital in downtown Cebu. Unbelievable, but very real and very true. You better be prepared for things like this. Now let's talk about infrastructure, or sometimes the lack of it. In the bigger cities like Manila or Cebu, you'll see skyscrapers, shopping malls, and plenty of development. But just take a wrong turn or head out of town, and it's a different story. Roads full of potholes, power outages that hit without warning, internet that's slower than molasses in January. It's all part of the deal. And if you're in a province or a smaller town, getting clean drinking water or reliable medical care can be a real challenge. It's not something a lot of vloggers talk about, but if you're planning to live or stay long term, these are the things that can drive you nuts. Let's not pretend the bureaucracy's a breeze either. Simple tasks like opening a bank account, getting a SIM card registered, or renewing a visa can turn into full-day affairs. Expect long lines, tons of paperwork, and plenty of head-scratching rules that don't always make sense. It's just part of the system. And while locals are used to it, it can frustrate foreigners who are used to things being more efficient. And try getting something done fast? Good luck, buddy. Filipino time is real. And it's not just about being a little late. Sometimes that laid-back vibe turns into a serious lack of urgency when you need help or service. Then there's the noise. Man, it can get loud. Between the karaoke at full blast until 2 a.m., tricycles honking, roosters that crow all dang day, and neighbors blasting music at sunrise, peace and quiet can be hard to find. If you're a light sleeper, bring earplugs or get ready to embrace it. And let's not forget the pollution. Traffic in the big cities is a nightmare, and the smog can be thick enough to chew on. Trash disposal isn't always consistent either, especially in rural areas or by the rivers. You'll see beautiful places, but right next to it, there might be a pile of garbage. It's a harsh contrast, but it's part of the reality. I've told you about the good, the bad, but what about the ugly? Well, trust me, there is a very ugly side also to the Philippines. Let's start with the scams and exploitation. The sad truth is, not everyone's smiling face has good intentions. Foreigners, especially older men, can be seen as walking ATM machines. Romance scams, fake emergencies, girls who just want visa tickets or a sugar daddy, and broke foreign guys that have landed themselves on the street and broke, pretending to be military generals or at least former military, but always needing a favor. They're all out there. Walk into the wrong bar, trust the wrong person, and you could wake up broke, blackmailed, or worse. The poverty in some areas is heartbreaking, and desperation can lead people to do things you'd never expect. Trust needs to be earned, not given away on day one. Even myself, I had to deal with a broke foreigner on 2 different occasions, 2 years apart. The same dude. He first saw me in 2017 in the SM Mall. Of course, he was broke and needed 1,000 pesos and had some excuse as to why he was broke. A week later, he saw me and had the same problem. Well, the second time I refused to help and was finally catching on to his scheme. Then 2 years later, yep, you guessed it, the same dude in the same mall in 2019. This time, even after I refused him, he tried following me around the mall like a lost puppy. Even my wife recognized him from 2 years earlier. Yep, those types are out there, and we haven't even discussed all the kids that are on the streets begging. Yep, the kids are sent there by adults, maybe parents, maybe even a darker situation. But regardless of who sent them, they will come up to you begging for money. They will grab your shirt tails and want to not let you go. You have to just get away as best you can. And it's wise to not give them money. I know it breaks your heart to see poor, dirty, homeless children on the street begging. But if you enable this by giving them money, then they will continually be forced to do this day after day. You need to be strong and turn away. Elsewise, the trafficking will never stop. Then there's the corruption. It's everywhere, from the city cop level all the way to the top. Cops that pull you over for no reason and expect a tip. Government offices that won't process your documents without expediting fees. And politicians pocketing funds meant for roads, schools, or hospitals. It's not just frustrating, it's damaging entire communities. The rich stay rich and the poor get left behind. You'll see brand new malls sitting across from slums where families live in shacks built from tin and tarp. It's a brutal contrast. And when you're living there long term, it hits you hard. And let's talk about crime and safety. While most places in the Philippines are safe and filled with good people, there are places you don't want to wander into, especially at night. Drugs, gang activity, and even political violence still haunt certain areas. Tourist hotspots are usually fine, but one wrong turn into the wrong barangay, and things can go south quick. There are also cases of foreigners getting set up, either by someone they trusted or by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You always got to keep your eyes open, stay humble, and remember, you're a guest here, and not everybody's glad you came. That wraps it up. I don't want to scare you away from the Philippines. The Philippines is an absolutely amazing country with beautiful, sweet, caring people. It's the place that I myself plan to retire to. But my goal here is to open your eyes so you see the real truth. So you prepare yourself for all aspects, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you're prepared for it all, then you can make a great life in the Philippines. But you must be prepared for it all, even the worst parts. But you can do it, and now you can go in full throttle with a better idea of what to actually expect. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. We truly do need your support, and we appreciate you very much. Every like on that like button and every subscription helps us. So please click like now.
Thank you for riding along with Bob, Ted,
And Meritor.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video.
How do you